Good morning, students. I'm here again with an interesting story about a windhover and a little boy who wanted to keep it as his pet. Before beginning the story, I would like to remind you to please listen carefully to the pronunciation and intonation. So let's begin the story. I hope you will enjoy it. This story is about a bird. This bird is windhover. It is also called kestrel. The name of the story is Safe Again and it is written by Alan Brown. Alan Brown is an American author and he has written many books for children and adults. He became a writer after working as a teacher for many years. Why do you think the name of the story is Safe Again? It means something happened to the bird and it was in danger. But somehow it was rescued and was saved again. Right? Children, birds are free to fly in the vast sky. They can go anywhere. They can do whatever they want. They are free. But is there a situation when the free birds can be in danger? Or when they are not safe? Hunters may catch them with nets and cage them. People may shoot them just for enjoyment. How do you think a bird must feel when it is in a cage as a pet? It will be sad. It will miss its family and the comfort of its home, right? A windhover is a small hunting bird, also called a kestrel. Most of the time, the bird just hovers. Hovers means it stays in the air and flaps its wings without moving forward. As you can see this in the video, it is there still in the sky and it's not moving forward, but it is flapping its wings, right? When I open my eyes, the sky is the first thing I see, and the wind is the first thing I feel. I hear chipping from the egg close to my own broken shell. Chipping means the sound of the beak tapping the shell of the egg to break it. A pointed beak bursts through. Pointed means with a sharp tip, and bursts through means comes out suddenly. There is more chipping and I see a tiny pale head. Pale means slight in color. A chick struggles out of its shell and then another. Struggles out of its shell means comes out of its shell with difficulty. They are my brother and sister. Our mother and father bring us mice as fast as they can catch them. We eat them and grow fast, but I grow the fastest. We live in a hole in the wall of a school. We stretch our wings and flap them just like our parents do. The children in the playground are now looking up and pointing at us. They are saying, "Look at the baby windhovers. Look at their fluffy feathers." Fluffy means light and soft. Who is telling us the story? The baby windhover. The I in the story is a windhover. Baby windhover. How does it begin the story? It tells us about the moment it came out of its shell. It says, the sky is the first thing I see and the wind is the first thing I feel. It's a little tiny bird, but it can see and it can feel the wind also. It can feel the cool breeze. Why would the sky be the first thing it sees? Because normally birds build their nest far above the ground. on trees or roofs of houses, and most nests are open to the sky. What does it see happening close to it? It sees its brother and sister being born. They are pecking the shells and they are trying to come out. They peck at the shell with their beaks from inside and then chip at it until it breaks and they come out. The baby birds are looked after well by their parents. See, can you see in the picture? Mother and father bring mice for them and they eat them and grow fast. In this picture, you can see the children are pointing at them. What do the children like about the baby birds? They like their fluffy feathers. The baby bird has very light and soft fluffy feathers. One evening after school, I hear a sound of footsteps coming towards us. We shuffle to the back of the roost. Shuffle means walk slowly without lifting the feet. And roost means a place where birds rest. We see a dark shape over us and we screech, "Kee, kee." This is not our mother or father. This creature doesn't smell like a bird. Creature means a person or an animal. I peck at it and strike with my claws. Strike means hit. The creature makes a strange noise and holds me tight. Strange means which is not usual, different. I am bundled into a sack and taken from my home. Bundled into a sack means put into a sack, a bag. Now what does the baby windhover hear one evening? It hears footsteps coming near the nest. They are scared because the sound is different. This sound is not what their parents make. How does the baby bird know the creature is a stranger? Because it doesn't smell like a bird. So children, birds or animals also feel. They can also hear, see and smell like us. The baby bird pecks at the stranger and tries to save itself. But the stranger is stronger. It puts the bird in a bag and takes it away from the nest. Now the bird has been captured. After a while, someone opens the sack. I am dazzled by the light. Dazzled by the light means unable to see for a short time because of the bright light. I try to fly but crash into strong bars and fall in a cloud of feathers. Crash into strong bar means hit against long and hard pieces of wood or metal. Where is my home? Where are my parents, my brother and sister? Where is the sky? Again and again, I throw myself against the bars and fall. Then I hear a voice say, "I want you just for myself, my friend." The bird is rudely taken away from its home to a place with bright lights. It tries to fly away but dashes against the bars of a cage and falls in a heap. It is away from its parents and siblings. It cannot see the sky. Children, how do you think the bird would be feeling? It would be feeling scared and lost, being in a strange place without its family. When he brings me food, he doesn't tear it into small pieces, and so I cannot eat it. I become thin and weak. The boy now covers my head, and I feel my feet being tied. I'm carried where I can feel the wind in my feathers. I beat my wings and try to fly, but I cannot. Beat my wings mean make my wings move up and down. The boy brings food for the baby bird, but it cannot eat the food. Why? Because the food is not cut into small bits. The baby bird is hungry, but it cannot eat because the food is not cut into small pieces. So what happens to the bird when it starves? It becomes thin and weak. Now it is not a fluffy bird which has fluffy feathers. It becomes thin and weak. Why does he cover its head and tie up its legs when he takes it out of the cage? Because he doesn't want anyone to see him with the bird, and he also doesn't want the bird to fly away. Then suddenly I hear a voice of a girl. "Hey, stop!" cries the girl. "Where are you taking our Windhover?" she asks the boy angrily. I have heard that voice before. Who is she? Oh, yes! She is the girl who visits us every day and brings us food sometimes. I try to squeak. Squeak means make a short, loud sound. "You stole our Windhover!" cries the girl. "Leave me alone!" The boy shouts at her. "What has happened to him? He is so thin," the girl exclaims. "I want to keep him. He is mine," shouts the boy. "A wild bird can't be yours. You must put him back or he will die," says the girl. "But I don't want him to die." The boy's voice becomes soft and kind. "If you put him back, I promise not to tell anybody," says the girl. Who comes to the bird's help? A schoolgirl. How does the bird recognize her? By the sound of her voice. It knows that she was the one who visited them and fed them in their nest. How does the girl save the bird? She explains to the boy that the bird would die since it was not eating. She explained to him that he should not keep a wild bird in a cage as his pet. The boy understood and finally released the bird. He wanted the bird as a pet, but let go of it when he realized it would die if he kept it. He doesn't want it to die, and so he sets it free. Suddenly, I'm free. I can hear the noise of the playground. Soon I'm home. My brother and sister hiss at me. Hiss at me means make an angry noise to chase me away. Don't they know me? I say, "Kee, kee." I hear great beating wings once more. My mother is flying down to feed me, and now I know I am safe. When the baby Windhover went back to its nest, its brothers and sisters could not recognize it at first and hissed at it because it had been away. But the mother bird could recognize it immediately and comes down to feed it. The baby bird sees that the mother bird remembers her chick, and so it knows that it is safe. The baby bird was happy to return home safely. Do you think it is right to keep birds in cages? How do you think they will feel? No, it is not right to keep birds in cages, as they may feel trapped and unhappy inside the small cages. They will miss their nest, their family, and sky the most. What do you think about the boy? Do you think the boy was cruel or bad? No, the boy was not actually cruel or bad. He just wanted a pet but was unaware that a wild bird could die if kept in a cage. When the girl explains things to him, he readily gives up trying to keep the bird as pet. What do you think about the little girl? The little girl is a kind person who visited the birds every day with some food. She also seems to know about birds, that they should not be trapped in cages. How do you think the bird would have felt after getting back to its nest? It must have felt happy to see and meet its family. It must have felt safe and protected in its parents' care. So, children, what did you learn from the story? Through this story, we have come to learn that we must always show kindness towards animals. We should never trouble them or snatch their freedom. I hope you have understood the story. Now read it once again for better understanding. And if you have any doubt, please contact your teachers. Thank you.